It is about, for me, framing a national context about tourism. So that is about economic expansion, about job creation. Because if we want to develop as a nation, we have to look at how we can economically grow and how we can also absorb as many people into the job creation atmosphere as possible. And the different issues that we have as a nation, such as they talk about insecurity a lot, but with tourism, it has the ability to really deal with these issues. So if you build a tourism hub within different communities, what you do is that you're able to absorb people within that environment into the tourism sector. And when you do that, they take ownership of that environment. And when they take ownership of that environment, they will protect it because it is part of their life as well. Investment opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, the investment opportunities abound in tourism are a lot. Nigeria is a different kind of nation because it has a lot of different diversities when you talk about ethnicities. But also, that diversity speaks to the different landscapes as well. From the north to the south, to the east to the west is very, very different. It's a different experience. And you get that when you have tourism. Tourism is also very important for our soft power. Because when you go to an environment, you have the opportunity to experience how the people are, you understand them more. So it is important for us, for that soft power, to really bring up tourism, and investment opportunities are there. And then the endowment, the assets that we have, just the natural assets that God has given us, has to be that catalyst for growth. And I'm sure that is part of the conversation we're going to have today. Collaboration is key. We are working pari passu, hand in hand, from the federal government to the state governments to see that we align our visions. It's really the same. I think somebody spoke about not recreating the wheel. We do not have to recreate the wheel again. It is already there. And the federal government has to stop working in a silo. So we have to work with the state governments, and like I said, when it comes to tourism, Bauchi is key. And I've already spoken to members of His Excellency's cabinet, the relevant members, and we will be coming back here next week or the week after to sign an MOU to cover cultural assets, artistic assets, and creative assets, and tourism as well. When you come into Nigeria, you have to come in, done in Mexico with Cancun. You go into Cancun, right? It's part of Mexico, but it is Cancun you go into. And this is exactly what we're going to do with Yankari and some of the other wonderful tourism hubs. Policy alignment, many next steps. We will be talking and expressing and really making public the next steps that we will be making with the federal government and the state government, because it is not about a government per se. It is about the people of Bauchi. It is about the people of Nigeria. So we will have a wonderful and robust conversation, and I'm sure our panelists will be able to articulate a lot more diligently than I have as to what we can do to bring in investment into the tourism sector. So I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. So I think the first, can you, okay, a second mic. It's not the same as here. So, okay, so I think we'll start with Alhaji Muhammad Ubakari. Yes, if you can be able to educate us as to the tourism investment opportunities, please.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Your Excellency, Governor Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed Kauram Bauchi and Daular Usmania. Your Excellencies, the Deputy Governors representing the various states of Nigeria, Your Excellencies, former Governors of Bauchi State, my Royal Fathers, ladies and gentlemen. I wondered why I was put on this panel as not being a tourist expert. I have been an insurer, a financier, and a management consultant. Then I thought maybe my relationship with hotels before or investment companies. I was chairman of the NIGCOMSAT Hilton Hotel, the current Transcorp Hotel, for 7 years. And I was chairman of a Bauchi investment company at one time. I sit on the board of NNDC, New Nigeria Development Company. So those may be the qualifications. But I don't have any expertise in tourism, so I decided to, since we are not given a specific subject in the topic to discuss, I decided to look at my current profession, because my profession now is Wazir Bauchi. I'm 100% Wazir Bauchi and nothing else. And I looked at the traditional institution and see where we can find investment opportunities. There are numerous opportunities. The chairman, Honorable Minister, has just mentioned allocation of resources, time, and money for some profit. But we have a very viable contribution we can make to tourism. That's the traditional institutions. But we are not going to be in it for profit like other conventional investment. We support conventional tourism. Bauchi State has the highest number of Dawla Usmania emirs, the highest kingdom of the Dawla Usmania in the whole of Nigeria. And we have history, we have tradition, we have heritage, which we are not utilizing. Mark of warning, almost every panel and every speaker that has been on this floor since yesterday has offered ideas of what we should do in Bauchi. Unfortunately, halfway through offering the ideas, you say the governor has already done it. I don't want to sound like a sycophant, but it is true. The governor has already done most of it. I don't know how or why he thought he should do it, but he has already gone ahead of everybody. The governor has spent so much money in developing the traditional palaces of our emirs and the district heads. I mean, you can now visit any emir's palace. It's been modernized, but the traditional structures and history have been maintained while modernization has been ensued. So the governor has already done it. Your Excellency, I have no apology to join the sycophancy, if it is sycophancy. We thank you very much for what you have done so far. Now, these are investments that do not have financial returns immediately. They support other investments. They support tourism. And not only that, we have artifacts and sites that have been abused over the years. Almost every town in Bauchi, we have collected about 30 historical sites that can be redeveloped for tourism. But they have been over the years been abused and bastardized. We have, for example, the city walls. Bauchi, as one of them, has, Kafimada here has a city wall. A lot of these towns have city walls because they're historical. You still go to Europe and find Roman buildings. You find them in Morocco, you find them in Tunisia. They are still being preserved. People visit them to learn of history. So we have city walls that surround places like Bauchi. They have been dilapidated, they have been taken over. People have built unethical, if I may use that word. So we need government to pass a legislation to protect these assets, to recover and protect them and redevelop them. Only government can develop these assets because they are not going to have immediate financial returns if left to the private sector. Not only that, we have artisans that used to exhibit their talent in traditional festivals. We used to have the Wasongona every year after farming season. We have the Wasongona. We have traditional things, the wrestling, the boxing, that collect people over a period. And you have artisans displaying their goods and their wares. And these are things you find when you visit other cities around the world. They have nurtured those industries and made them viable as a support to tourism in general. So with a little, thank God this chairman, unlike the other chairman, did not give us 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So I want to be fair to her. We have them all over the state. I will provide the committee with a list of those sites to see how government can assist in recovering them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alhaji. Mrs. Tolupe Toyinoke, you've done incredibly as as an international tourism development expert, perhaps you can...
Live in Central Europe. They don't smile there. It's way too hot. I mean, so it's way too cold. So it was nice to be able to come home, even though I'm not from Bauchi, but Nigeria is still my home. To come home and see smiling faces, to see beautiful nature, to Bauchi and to Yankari Game Reserve, as has been mentioned before. So when I think about what Yankari needs, I think about the fact that, first of all, I'm just going to ask the crowd if you can raise your hand. Has anyone ever heard of the Eiffel Tower? Okay, not a lot, I'm surprised. Okay, some people know, okay, good. Has anyone ever heard of Big Ben? Okay, the Wall of China. Yankari Game Reserve should be on that list. Bauchi should be on that list. We need to get to a point where when people think of places to travel, Nigeria isn't last on the list or even on the minus list of places not to travel. And when I think of the state motto for Bauchi, it's the pearl of tourism. And it can be. And I think that Yankari Game Reserve has so much to offer in that there are lots of people in the West who are focused on conservatism, which I think there's a lot of work being done on that right now. I think there are a lot of people that are interested in what African animals are off to offer. There's a lot of work being done on that right now. There's a trend in solo tourism, and as long as Bauchi stays safe, there'll be people who want to come and explore Africa for themselves without having to have guards around them to protect them. There's so much to offer there. So when I think of Yankari Game Reserve, I think that I want it to be, I don't think, I know that I want is completely is known outside of Nigeria, but also outside in Europe and North America. When I was speaking to my friends, a few of them, some Europeans, some Nigerian born, about coming to Nigeria and coming to Yankari Game Reserve, some people didn't know about that. They didn't know that Yankari Game Reserve was the thing. So I'm hoping that with the work that has already been done by His Excellency in bringing in solar panels, animals from other parts of Africa, in refurbishing the grounds that are there, and some NGOs that are also working in conservatism, we can build something that's strong, because not only does building the Yankari Game Reserve offer opportunities, but it also offers opportunities to the people, which I love, right? Like I said, I saw the smiling people, but I want that to the previous persons mentioned about the people in Yankari. Once we build ecotourism, there are so many different other opportunities for the people that also live here as well. So I'm happy to be able to help bring the right people to help make Bauchi the foundation pearl of tourism.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tolu. That was very incisive. The next speaker will be the former Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Council. Many of you call her Hajia Ladi Katagun. I call her Aunty Ladi. So you're up next.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My background is investment promotion. I spent 20 years in the investment promotion agency. So I'm going to some areas in Bauchi. You have the natural parks and everything. But you notice that they, like the previous speaker mentioned, they are not known. So why are they known? They are known, but they are not known. In fact, so I've known Yankari since I was a child. I've only visited Yankari like once or twice. But in order to sell Yankari, you sell it as a package, not just, oh, come and visit Yankari Park, because you have to understand how you get from where you are to Yankari. It's not hopping on the plane and going to Yankari. You have to look at all the aspects, not just one aspect of the game reserve. There's also the, how do I get to Bauchi? Where do I stay in Bauchi? Are the roads good? So you have to package and build a brand before you can sell it. So that is what I'm advising Bauchi. You have to package the whole package, not just specific aspects of the package and say, come and visit Yankari. Yankari, yes, come and visit Yankari. When you get to Yankari, even when you get to Yankari, there is not, the pool is beautiful, the natural spring, but you have to look at all the rooms in Yankari. You have to look at the food in Yankari. You have to look at all other aspects. So it's a total package. You don't just come and visit. You have to look at everything that creates the package that makes it a brand. I'll give you an example now. Lagos does not have a lot of natural resources or endowment, but Lagos has built a brand now and has become a tourist destination for people outside of the country. Because, like, for example, now, last year they created what they call Dirty December. What is Dirty December? You just come and have a party in Lagos. But they hyped it up so much and built a brand around it that now every year you find people have been booking to come to Lagos for Dirty December from January. When I visited Lagos, I was told that Lagos, there's no hotel from October to the end of January because they have all been booked by people coming to visit Lagos. So we would like to see that happening in Bauchi, whereby you have investment tourist package for Bauchi, a brand. Your brand could be ecotourism, natural resources, because that is very prominent and prevalent in Bauchi. I understand there are like 5 game reserves in Bauchi. You have like over 51 monuments and historical sites in Bauchi. So all that should be packaged, but not just packaged, come and see this, but also you have to look at the whole aspect is in place. Now you have to identify your priority areas, be it hotel, be it, but every aspect is there. And these are the aspects, because tourism is not just come and visit, it's also to create money, to create jobs, and so on for the states. I mean, so, like I said, it's a total package. And also, to make things easy, my junior brother, or son, that the former ES of Kaduna Investment Promotion Agency, talked about ease of doing business. And this, in this case, also ease of getting to Bauchi, because you have airports, you have the location, you have everything. So you have to make things easy for the tourists to come to Bauchi to visit. Not just to say, come and visit, but he also has to be able to find his way easily to Bauchi State. So you identify your priority areas, you develop a bankable project, and you start the process of packaging Bauchi into a package to make it a foremost tourist destination for Nigeria, in fact. It doesn't have any tourists, but they have created a brand. So the best thing to do is create a brand whereby, as soon as they mention that, you know you have to go and visit that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Auntie Ladi. Mr. Dayo Adedayo, not only are you a behemoth of a Nigerian, you are the one that's going to help us articulate and flesh out the picture as to the potential abound in this industry, please.
Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, former governors, royal fathers, captains of industries, ladies and gentlemen. I am the photographer, and the first thing I will implore everyone here, including the royal fathers and His Excellencies, everybody, is to close your eyes for about 2 seconds, just 2 seconds. Close your eyes. What can you see? When I went around the 20 local governments in Bauchi State to take pictures. So there is no local government nationality for inviting me to this investment summit, because I was in Lagos to present a paper on tourism. And like Ajia Ladi said, I could see Bauchi tapping into 10 to 20% of the people coming to Lagos for 30 December. Why? In the whole of Lagos State, I know off my head, there are only 2 places, Honorable Minister of Tourism, that people can visit in Lagos. One is the Lekki Conservation. The second place is the Yoruba Museum. After that, nothing else. In Bauchi, there are 7 of, what's the name of this guy now? Yes, was shown globally, and everybody started buying tickets to come to Judea just because of a single image. Sir, with all due respect, sir, we can do similar things. I mean, one, you've shot yourself in the foot. Why did I say so, sir? This beautiful edifice, people will start having conferences in Bauchi. Then after the conference, where do they go to? I have an idea. I'm building something, Honorable Minister. I'm going to invite you to the place very soon. In Lagos, all on my own. It's the first of its kind in the whole of Nigeria, if not Africa. What is it? It's a 5D experience center. Yankari is there as well. So a lion can jump out on you. It's 5D. You will think it is real, but it's not. But I will give you warning that because we don't have people to suffer from heart attack. Sir, I will have to talk to the, I'm working on the 18th one, which is, everything is on Nigeria. I'm going to present some of it to His Excellency, just for you to see some of my work. I've sold out 12 out of those books, and I don't do reprints, so I've only got 5 left. So what I'm trying to say in essence, sir, visual matters a lot. And there is no one sitting in this hall that I would say is one of the most secured states in Nigeria. That alone in itself is a brand. And sir, all I do is take pictures. As I'm looking at these windows now, those things should be images of Bauchi State. Why? People will see it. It might interest them to those places. Round the hall, as you are coming through the foyer, should be pictures all on Bauchi State. The Panshanu Stone Lips to Wiki Worms Road, which is so beautiful. Lots of archaeologists are looking for rock paintings. You have them a lot in Bauchi, not to talk of several hills. Coming from the airport 2 days ago, I mean, I haven't been here in a long time. The last time I was there, I came in via road from Jos, just to do some area pictures. Because 20 years ago, there was no drone. I was hiring a helicopter, and I want to hire them to photograph Bauchi. It was too expensive for me. So I came in a few weeks ago to do some area shot around Bauchi, which is going to be part of the book that I'm publishing in December. Said and done, sir. You have a beautiful state. In terms of tourism, the potential is enormous. This conference center alone is going to bring lots of guests, which will translate into hotels. We need more hotels in Bauchi to be able to take the visitors that will be coming. But most importantly, the Pearl of Tourism, we need to show the world, the rest of the world, the images that we have in this country. No matter what you say about this country, it is, I can say, it is the most beautiful country in the world. Why did I say so? My mother is the best mother in the world. And whatever you profess will surely affect you. Why did I say so? If you are trying to call someone, and if you don't call that person, within 5 days, he will call you. So whatever you say on Bauchi State, whatever you say on Nigeria, will certainly happens to you. Sir, you have everything, and I can come back. People will sleep, they will eat. Agriculture farmers are producing the food they're going to eat. So at the end of the day, it's part of the value chains of tourism. But sir, we need to see Bauchi virtually all the time, and it doesn't take more than 10 young people to do videos, to take pictures, and just blast the internet. And before you know what is going on, sir, you have a daily flight into Bauchi State. Everybody flying in to come and see the wonders that you have. Because with all my experiences across Nigeria, I haven't come anything across Wiki Worm Spring. Even though you have the Gashaka Gunti in Taraba, it's not as beautiful as the Yankari Games Reserve. So you have everything on the tip of your fingers, sir. Like one of my friends would say, the cake and the knife is in your hand, but everyone is welcome in Bauchi to invest in this beautiful and most secure state you can never think of. And finally, since I came in, I've been going out to take pictures. I sent some pictures to my friends in Lagos, and they said, Dayo, you can't be teasing us with what is going on around. So I'm coming back with my friends soon to enjoy Bauchi. And what happened? Something very small, but highly significant, I saw last night after the dinner. There is a suya spot at Dance Park. Because I thought I would be going back to Lagos today. So I now asked the guy, what time do you open, what time do you close? And the guy took 24 hours. Something in my brain thought kicking. And next to the suya guy, our guys playing football. After 11 p.m. at night, playing football. That tells me that Bauchi State is highly, highly secure. And it's not that the suya spot is in a busy area. You know, it's just a lone suya spot. Everywhere else is okay. It's part of the story that I'm writing on Bauchi, which I'm going to share today on social media with some pictures to buttress what I've seen. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Mr. Dayo. It was very interesting because when you were talking in the intersection between culture, creative industry, and tourism came into play. So it's very important to work hand in hand. Just before I go to the next speaker, I just saw Senator Bulkachua, and Senator Bulkachua, but for the nurturing, the mentoring, the education that you gave the likes of myself, we would never have been here. Mungodi Baba, thank you, sir. Thank you. So the next person to speak that's going to help us continue to articulate the tourism sector and the investments abound is the man with a master plan, Dr. Adamu Mohammed. You have the mic, sir.
Thank you very much. Dayo, I envy you. I hope the moderator will allow me to speak as you have spoken, the time taken.